Oh, you're a celebrity now because we are live on Channel 19. So we're good to begin.
We are live on Channel 19. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the November meeting of the Scranton Historic Architecture Review Board to order. I am the chair of the Harb, and my name is Richard Leonori, and I am a Scranton architect. We have a city coordinator. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Denise Snitch, and I'm the coordinator for Harb.
We have a solicitor.
I'm attorney TimCorbett. I am the solicitor for the Harb.
And we have members of the Harb. Start with Mike, since he's the top on my screen.
Michael Muller. I'm a licensed architect in the city of Scranton.
Conrad.
Conrad Bosley. I'm a real estate broker in the city of Scranton.
Katie.
Katie Carney. I'm the historian.
Okay, so we do have a quorum for our group, and we do have a guest. Desmond, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Desmond Ryder. I work for a company called and I represent John Basiliga for the red carpeting project.
Okay, thank you very much. The first order of business is a review of the minutes from the last meeting. The members of the Harb have received those. And are there any comments? And if not, I would welcome a motion to accept those minutes.
I will make a motion to accept the minutes.
Do we have a second? Thank you, Michael. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Minutes are approved.
Thank you.
Okay, our next, well, there you are. You come right up, Desmond. Okay, so we do have a review of an application for a certificate of appropriateness. And this is to demolish the buildings that were associated with the Red Carpet Inn in downtown Scranton. This was a motel that was part of urban renewal in the 1960s, 1970s. The property is not in good condition. And as the chair of the Harb, I will say is although it being more than 50 years old at this point, it would actually qualify to be considered contributing, but I'm going to say from an architectural point of view, it is not a contributing structure to the historic district of downtown Scranton, in my view. Okay, this is an application to demolish, and for Mr. Ryder, I do have a number of questions. Okay, then my first is the demolition for only the structures, or is it also for the asphalt and parking areas?
So I moved into an area where I hope I have better cell service. So I hope people can hear me. Will you nod if you could hear me?
Yes, much better.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. We are going to demolish the majority of the asphalt. The portion of the asphalt that is at the two street entrances will remain of an undetermined length, but let's just say 35 or 40 feet.
Okay. And I don't assume that this building had a basement or anything like that, but are you removing the footings and the foundations and the foundation concrete? And then that comes from just in downtown Scranton, we've had issues with things get demolished and then we find out that half the building is still left in there below the surface.
So there's two structures on this property, arguably. We'll refer to them as the hotel room and the lobby. The hotel rooms are perpendicular with Mulberry Street, and the lobby is the closest structure next to Mulberry Street that has the pool behind it.
Yes.
The hotel rooms are not. They're slab on grade construction. I'm not familiar with what foundation they have, but our current proposal is to bring them 2 feet below grade. The lobby, 2 feet, yep. If 2 feet covers all the foundations, then they're all gone. If 2 feet doesn't cover the foundations, then that's what we're going to take for the moment. The lobby area does have a basement, which will be removed in its entirety.
Okay,
Oh,
good. Okay, I think that's a plus. Now, the other thing is, and I know that Mr. Basiliga has lofty ambitions for this project, but some of us has been in this town a long time, and we know what an endeavor like this takes. And if I think we really want to know what condition the site will be left in. Will it be screened and fenced and protected? Will it be a safe hole in the middle of downtown Scranton? Because it may sit in this position for months and sometimes for years.
I don't have plans currently of adding a fence. However, I don't want you to have the wrong impression of what we're going to leave on the site. The slab on grade and foundations associated with the hotel room areas will be backfilled up to grade, and then we'll have it graded, arguably level. The area on the lobby that has the basement will be removed in its entirety, like I mentioned before, but then we're going to backfill it in lifts, just like you would normally do, and bring it up to a level grade. So what you'll have left on that site when it's said and done is pretty much, I'm saying level, although that's sort of a misnomer. It'll be whatever grade it currently is, just flat. There will not be any holes or anything of that nature.
Yeah, I guess I am concerned of an attractive nuisance if pedestrians are able to cross the site. You know, I mean, they will be trespassing, I understand, but you know, it is downtown Scranton. So I do have a concern as to how the site will be left. I'm currently working on the project on the site on the corner of Wyoming and Linden, and I can tell you that how that site was left and what we've been dealing with largely has been a nightmare, and a nightmare for the city, and it's been that way for a number of years. You know, so that is clearly one of my concerns. What will we be left with?
I understand your point, and I actually appreciate it. I agree with you 100%. You don't want to leave a hazard in any regard.
Right. And Mr. Basiliga doesn't want that either, I don't think.
No.
Okay.
Although I suppose one could argue it's sort of a hazard the way it sits now, but that's besides the point, of course.
Yes, it is. I agree. It is a hazard.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this is up for, I would like to come to an amicable solution with you guys. So if you tell me, if you tell me what we're thinking, are we thinking that we grade, rough seed, or are we thinking that we fence the perimeter? The only thing I'm concerned about with a fenced perimeter is that gives privacy to nefarious activities sometimes.
Well, I don't know if we're talking about a solid fencing. I mean, this might just be the sort of orange netting or something like that. I don't know, Michael, do you have any suggestions on that or thoughts?
I'm kind of indifferent to the fence. I feel like as long as the site is flat and level, if people are trespassing, I mean, I don't know what kind of activities they're going to find themselves into on an empty lot with dirt, like if they want to go party there, have at it. That's for the owner to resolve from a security standpoint. But I don't think, as long as it's safe, I'm indifferent. I mean, I think what you'll end up with a fence is the thing blows down and then it's down.
Yeah, it looks terrible. All of that. I guess I'm just calling for a safe condition. It may. I know how these projects sometimes take a long time to happen, and it may sit in that condition for quite some time. Right.
okay. So I guess that's the question. How soon after it's demolished is construction going to start?
So I'm going to be honest with you, we're full throttle, but I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. You're going to have 6-8 months of design on an ambitious time scale.
Right.
I'll be putting it out for competitive bidding. A project of this scale doesn't bid, and it's not like I throw it out on a Monday and I get prices on a Friday. It's going to be a 60 or 90 day turnaround on that. So I think that, and then obviously I have code approvals, which occasionally takes a little bit of time. So I think that ambitiously, you'd be looking at a year from today, and that would be if things go very well for everybody involved.
Right. So this we'll have this, okay, for a bit. Okay,
Sure.
and I just want everybody to know that. Okay?
Yeah.
And
Rich, I can commit without
Yeah.
a doubt that the place will be free of rubble or debris, and we will, we'll
Okay.
maintain it in a manner. If somebody dumps a refrigerator there, I have staff and the
Good.
availability to go pick
Okay.
that stuff up.
Excellent. You're hitting right on what my concerns are. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
It was mentioned that you're going to keep two paved cuts in, is one on Linden Street, one on Franklin Avenue?
No, I believe they're both on Franklin. I think that you have a pave cut at the main lobby entrance on Franklin is perpendicular with Mulberry, correct? I'm sorry.
Right.
Correct. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Just to make sure I'm talking about the right street. Yeah. So it's going to have two cuts on Franklin. One is in front of the existing lobby area, and one is much further down near the parking lot across from that. What is it? A credit
Tire-
union
the
building or
tire
something
store.
like that?
Yeah. Desmond, are you going to, is any of the existing parking to remain during this time or not?
I would like it to, I know that Basiliga is currently renting out those spaces, so I would imagine he has a desire to continue to rent them. If that's on the table, then yes, I would say that would be my preference. I do have a contract for pavement removal. However, I could stage that at any time I'd like, Rich.
Okay. Well, that's, I actually think it's probably better with a little parking left there than not, but, Anyway, are there other comments? Michael, Katie, Conrad?
No, I agree. As long as it's not gonna be a pile of rubble left behind, then I think that, this is the best way forward.
Okay.
I agree. I feel like taking the building that's there down now is going to be an improvement, even if we're looking at a dirt lot. I think the building there is an eyesore in its current state, and it's been for a while, and it's been
I
a
agree.
nuisance. And I understand that if this project does move forward, that there would be an opportunity for Harb to review that at that time. Is that true?
And Tim, I'm going to ask you one of the things on a project this size and going forward. I would like it to come before the Harb perhaps more than once. Okay, I mean, this is going to be if it happens, a major new construction for downtown Scranton. And I think if the Harb could see it in development, and then when it's ready, going out to bid, and then I would put in a request also, if there are change orders involved, that we get to have some say, because we might approve a design that has, a roof screen that hides the mechanical equipment or something, and then it turns out that gets value engineered and we don't get it. Okay, and if we aren't involved, we don't have a say. So I think we need sort of multiple reviews. Perhaps that could be done with one application. I'm not sure, Tim, but I would like to see this come before the Harb 2 or 3 times.
So first, let me apologize. I have a poor connection, so I'm going to turn off my video just so perhaps my audio stays solid. I think we anticipated that this would obviously come back before the Harb. I think as we've done with similar projects that are kind of ongoing, we could certainly roll it into one application and kind of keep amending the application. What I was thinking along the same lines as you with the scope of the project. What I was thinking the best method to perhaps avoid any issues is if we wanted to set up a committee I think at this point our committee can only be 2 members. But if we wanted to set up a committee to assign to this project that could perhaps keep an open line of communication with Desmond and other, interested parties, that perhaps we can, you can give input on an ongoing basis.
I would hope, Desmond, that Mr. Basiliga would be open to that, but I think that would be the best way of dealing with us.
I have no objection whatsoever. And you guys know my background. Well, at least some of you do. I'm not a lawyer. Certainly, I'm a construction man. But the enemy of construction is time, right?
Yes.
So I will say that. And I would happily include you guys in anything you'd like to know, as long as it's not a circumstance where we have to wait for answers. That's the only thing I'm saying. Now, I qualified that statement in the beginning with I'm not a lawyer. If I'm required to do so anyway, then of course, certainly, without a doubt. But I will, if I'm not required to do so, I will concede without any problem whatsoever to share with you guys anything you'd like. You could weigh in on anything you'd like, but we just have to be expeditious about the whole thing.
Yeah, and I think I think everyone's appreciative of that.
Absolutely.
What I think the committee system would be the most expeditious way to do it. Now, ultimately, for the construction, you will need to come back with the construction plans for approval because it's located in the historic downtown. But hopefully that with the committee involved, that could be one meeting and perhaps be finished at that point prior to construction.
Right.
Sure.
I think that's the whole point, right? Is that if we either set this up as courtesy reviews or working sessions with the committee, that will help streamline the process so that when it actually is a formal vote for the Harb, it goes right through. That's the whole point, in my opinion, right? That's the intention. I mean, I think
Exactly.
the idea that we're on the same team is the whole point. I think we want to help you and make sure that the project is successful for everybody and that it's contributing in a meaningful way to downtown. And
Right.
obviously it will be, but if there's opportunities to make sure that the rear end isn't facing the wrong way, we
Yes.
want to make sure,
Yes.
like the Dunkin' Donuts,
Right.
which I bring up at every meeting.
Right.
Right. Well, I would be proud to be involved with that. That's no problem
Excellent.
whatsoever.
Terrific, Desmond. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if there's any more discussion. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the application for demolition as submitted.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Katie. Motion made by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
I think you got it, Desmond. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Much luck with this. Okay.
Yeah, thank you for taking it
I
down.
mean, we don't tear things down easily in downtown Scranton, so. Okay. Yeah.
I think
We
we're gonna
don't.
need the luck, Rich.
We don't.
We're gonna
Yeah.
need the luck,
We
Rich.
don't.
I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
So I should split now, correct?
Yes, I guess so. You're welcome to stay, but yes. you're free.
Say,
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
You
bye,
too.
Desmond. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Denise, let's go back to our agenda here,
Okay.
see where we are.
Solicitor Corbett, I didn't receive an invoice from you, so if you can please get that so we can get that approved at the next meeting.
Absolutely.
Thank
So we don't
you.
have it to approve at this one? Is that? the
No,
deal?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't submit one, but I haven't received the last one. That was submitted though, right, Denise?
Yes,
All right, I'll just keep an eye out for that.
yeah,
Okay.
that's in the works.
Excellent.
Okay, and the next thing I want to discuss is our meeting dates for 2022. I'm going to be putting the ad in the paper, in the Times, that it states it's going to be continue to be the second Thursday of each month at 5:30 via Zoom and ECTV channel 19. The same as it was last year. And that the dates are January 13th, February 10th, March 10th, April 14th, May 12th, June 9th, July 14th, August 11th, September 8th, October 13th, November 10th, and December 8th, with the deadline 10 days prior to get their application into the city.
Okay.
Okay?
Did we, I think that sounds fine. Do we need a motion on that, or is that for information only?
Yeah, I think you could do a motion to publish the 2022 meeting
Yeah.
schedule.
May we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to, Conrad, you go forth.
No, I'll second it, Kate.
Okay. So Katie has the motion, Conrad seconds.
Okay,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I think it sounds great, Denise. It's been
okay, I'll
working.
get it in next month, so we're
Yeah,
already advertised and plenty of time for January's meeting.
good. Okay. Since I don't see the agenda, I mean, what's the next item that we have? Do we have?
That's it. Basically, our next meeting is December 9th and at 5:30.
Okay, I have something that I would like to bring up, and that is that for this pocket park on Wyoming Avenue, we are very much nearing a consensus on a design. We've had a committee from the city, a committee from Scranton tomorrow. It will need to come before the Harb. We will have, and I guess I'm going to ask, do you want to see it before, or do you want to see the working drawings for this park?
Is there only one shot at it?
Oh, I hope so, Michael, because there've been so many people sticking their nose into this thing. It'll never happen. But let's put it this way: if all goes as I'm thinking it's going to go, I could bring it before the Harb in December. It will not be working drawings. It'll be more in process. Okay, January would be the final documents for it.
I think it might be advantageous if the board reviews it in process, because then there's a greater likelihood that any changes can be incorporated.
Okay, so I will, Denise, I will work with you on that. Okay, and with Scranton tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And I
And
will
Richard,
not,
we're going to trust you not to make any changes if we approve it.
well, that's the problem. So you approve it, and then you get the bid, and then 6 things get taken out of it, and then it comes back, right? So
Is it mostly open green space, or is it hardscape, or a mixer?
it's mostly, there is a freestanding mural wall, a gazebo, a shed, and a corner monument. Yeah. So there are 4 architectural elements. The whole center is green space. The edges are landscaped.
Got it.
And we have had, I think it's finally resolved. If you've seen the site, there are some huge concrete slabs and old foundations that are in there that were not removed when they tore down the buildings, and consequently also they actually dug the site down 2 feet deeper than was intended, largely to get those footings and foundations out. So we have issues of cost with the fill and removing the concrete and just bringing the site up to level. It's been a process to find out who pays for that, how much is it going to cost, is the soil contaminated, is the concrete contaminated? I mean, it has been a real process. I do believe we're very close to resolution on that.
Richard, I know there was talk at the Shade Tree Commission
Yes.
that they would like to put a little, maybe a bench with 4 trees in the pocket park. They mentioned maybe the pocket park downtown in memory of the first responders for the pandemic. Have you
Well,
been notified about that?
I have not, and Denise, if I get this on if they are interested in that, they could attend the Harb meeting for this, if it is
Okay.
scheduled for December or for January.
Yep.
Yeah?
All right.
Does that make some sense?
Yep, that's fine.
So-
I'll let them know.
Okay. I think, there's been a concern, these kind of places that, everybody wants a plaque and a commemoration and it ends up looking like a advertisement for something. So, we are a little concerned about what goes into it and what gets memorialized and such, for sure. But I think, the other thing is if they want to buy a bench for us and 4 trees, I'm sure budget wise, we would be happy to accept that. So,
Okay,
okay.
I'll put it out there for you.
Yeah, we'll invite them I would say.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's it. Our next scheduled meeting is December 9th. And if there's nothing more to add, I would welcome a motion to adjourn.
There was a line item in the discussion for the agenda about an invoice for Corbett. Was that?
Yeah,
discussed?
it's not ready yet.
Okay, okay, fair. Sorry, I missed
Okay.
that part. I'll
Yeah,
make
it's
a
not ready.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Second by made by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much, folks.
Happy
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
everyone.
Thank you all.
Take care.
Right.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Aye.